Welcome to Real Talk. This is where we talk about tween issues.
Well, what do you know about drugs?
I don't know much. My Nobody's really taught me.
Um, what have you been taught about drugs at school or?
My mom has taught me that it can make people act weird or crazy.
Mm, uh, well, do you know any people that have used drugs?
No.
What kind of things have you been told about drugs, um, and how it affects people other than just being crazy?
Um, my mom told me that it can affect their acts, what they do.
Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay. Well, okay. So let me tell you a story, and then maybe you can kind of relate to what's going on. Um, I had a friend that was involved with drugs, and the, because they were involved with drugs, they wound up getting seriously hurt. They died as a result of that. And the thing is this: if you have a friend that's involved with drugs, he was involved with drugs because he really didn't have a lot of money, and he didn't have a lot of money, and so he was young, and as a way to make money, because he didn't have money, his family didn't have money, he would sell drugs at school and other places. And the thing is that when you have people at schools that have problems at home or things that they may just want to get away from for a little while, they sometimes need or try to use something to get to do that. A lot of times people turn to drugs. And so you have a person that's coming from a background where he's really poor and needs money, and he goes to school and he knows he has friends that want to get away from their problems, so he winds up selling them drugs. Now, him selling them drugs and the friend having the problem eventually becomes an addiction for can become an addiction for another friend. Do you understand how that can work?
Yes.
Okay. So that being said, is when you understand that, do you think that you have problems?
No.
No. Okay. Well, you sure you don't have any problems at all?
Well, I do, but not. I don't think that it would be compared to those other people that have real problems.
Okay. So you're saying that if the problems that you have, you wouldn't necessarily turn to drugs or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Um, so well, what do you do when you do have a problem? What do you do?
I talk to people that care about me.
Okay. So you're saying you have some people in your life that care about you. Okay. So your situation is really more like you have people in your life that care about you. Um, if you have some things that you want or what have you, you have the ability to get those things, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So that all being said, then when you go to school with kids, you're getting ready to go to middle school, right? So you'll go to school with kids that have problems and some kids that maybe have access to things like drugs and so forth to help those kids. That some of those kids will want to use those to kind of get away from their problems. Do you believe that?
Yes.
All right. So as you're getting ready to go into middle school and you're getting ready to encounter all of these things, what are you gonna do if you're presented with a drug and you're with your friends and so forth? And
I I wouldn't do it. I would tell them that I don't want to do it, and I wouldn't,
why wouldn't you?
because I don't really know much about drugs, but I know that it's not good for you. It's not good for you.
Hmm. Okay, and so you feel like that's enough to where you would if your friends were doing it, you would still not do it.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, so what are you gonna do with the friends? You gonna if they say, well, if you don't do it, I'm not gonna hang around you right now because I'm gonna go do my own thing.
If they were my real friends, then they wouldn't do that.
Okay, so if they decided to do that, what would you do to help your friend?
I would I would try to explain to them just not to do it because I don't really know what would happen,
Mm-hmm.
really, but I still do know that it doesn't really lead to the best things. So I would tell them not to.
Okay. So if your friend was going through something like that, do you have somebody or some people that you could go talk to try to figure out how to best help your friend?
Yes.
Okay. And so would you go to those people to try to help your friend?
Yes.
Now, would you feel like that's telling on your friend?
No.
Why wouldn't you feel like it's telling on your friend?
Because telling on somebody is like just trying to get them in trouble. But it would be technically helping them because they don't. Well, I don't know either, but nobody really knows. Well, some people do. What could really happen?
Mm-hmm.
So I would still go and tell their parents or my parents or somebody.
Mm. Now, if your friend knew that you went and told their parents that they had a drug problem, what do you think your friend would do? And how do you think your friend would feel about that?
They probably wouldn't want me to.
Okay, and so if they feel like you're snitching on them, okay, then would you be snitching on them?
No.
Okay, well, so I guess that's the thing though. If they feel like you're snitching on them, they may not want to be your friend anymore. How would that make you feel?
Well, if their parent gets them to stop doing it, I
Mm-hmm.
would still feel happy because it would technically make them stop
Mm-hmm.
doing whatever they're doing with the drugs. I,
Yeah.
but if if they don't want to be my friend after that, then it just we just can't be friends after.
How would that make you feel?
I would be sad,
Yeah.
but soon I would I would maybe try to get back together like as friends again. But if they still don't want to be my friend, then I would just move on.
Okay, but suppose they don't really like you anymore after you've done that. Would it be wise to try to be their friend again?
No.
Okay, so so you feel you don't have a problem telling anybody, telling people that hey, I have a problem to try to get them some help. Is that right?
No.
Mm, okay, so now if you had something like a secret or something that you were doing and you didn't really want your parents to know, and your friend came and did that, what you did, how would you feel?
I wouldn't want them to at first, but if it's something that would hurt me or anything, I would be their friend. Of course, maybe at first I'd get mad at them for telling,
Mm-hmm.
but then I would just talk to them again and
Yeah. So do you have secrets that you don't want your parents to know?
no.
Okay. Well, when you do start having secrets that you don't want your parents to know, are you sure you'd feel? How would you feel?
I guilty because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, if you had a secret you don't want your parents to know, and where would it make you feel like depressed or down?
No, just guilty.
Just guilty. All right. So you wouldn't. So in order to feel better and not feel guilty, what would you do?
Tell them.
Okay. So if somebody introduced drugs to you,
No,
would you
I
try
wouldn't
it?
do it.
You wouldn't. Okay. All right. All right. Have they talked to you about drugs at all in the school?
Yes,
Okay. Well, what have they
we
told
actually
you in
do
the school?
take drug lessons, but in our school they don't focus on what it can do to you. They just tell us not to take it because we we can like accomplish more in the future if we don't.
Mm-hmm.
But they say that if we do take it, then like we we can we can accomplish our dreams or do anything that we plan to do.
Yeah. So they don't tell you the whole truth about what it is,
Yeah,
what's really going
they
on.
just
They
tell
just
us that
tell
it
you,
can hold us back.
yeah. So well, that's maybe true. And so so nobody's really telling you. They're telling you, hey, you want to focus on something positive, but they don't. Nobody's telling you, okay, well, if you have done it or you know you're doing it or you're considering doing it, they don't tell you what can happen to you.